Here's my tracks from the other night, walking down this logging road. I didn't have a headlamp with me, but I probably would have seen that if I did. It's a freshie. There's hardly any deer on this place, but there's a lot in here right now. Look at this super cool buck. That's a freshie. Look at that awesome little kicker on his base there. A little coyote scouting. I want to say first set of the year, but I actually found a few this year already. It's actually not that old. It's last year's shed probably. Pretty decent buck. This hill is super steep, and then there's this old, looks like an old logging road, this nice little bench right here, and there's like some giant rubs. There's a giant rub on this tree right here. And I actually jumped a deer that was bedded like right here, and it looked like a shed buck. It was all by itself, and I turned around and there's a nice looking antler right here. Not very big, but pretty decent. A little chewed up already. Oh yeah, he dropped a while ago, it looks like. Every camera that I pulled has bucks, a lot of big bucks holding antlers still right now. So I think it's the 12th today, so they're gonna be dropping here though soon. So I just spotted another shed. It's like right in there, super hard to see. I saw something shining on that point, and I threw my binos up, and it was just some little sticks, and I scanned to the left, and there's an antler laying right there. Just lucky, staring right into the sun. Like, if I wouldn't have threw my binos up, I definitely wouldn't have seen it. I don't even know where the heck it is now. Where the heck is that? Somewhere right over here. Oh, there it is. Pretty chewed up already. Not bad though. At least I'm finding some. So I had a cell camera probably 200 or 300 yards from here on the edge of this cornfield, and I didn't realize it until the other day, but I had a really good buck walk by that camera, one of the bigger bucks in this area, and he had just shed his right side, and he was trying to shake his left side off. He's got some really good mass and big split G2s, and I've been looking all day for these antlers. We had northwest winds like the 29th and the 30th, and it was super sunny, so I'm like, he has to be on like one of these like southeast faces in the morning, because he walked by that camera like mid-afternoon. I came down a lot lower, and I'm like, I wonder if he has a bed like somewhere near this little ditch, like up at the head of this little ditch. And I see that big split G2, and then I look at it through my binos, and it's an old antler. So this must be his antler from last year. Oh, it could be from this year. Oh, maybe it is from this year. Oh yeah, that is from this year. Yep, that's him. What an absolute stud. That's such a tough spot to see that. I just was walking in the perfect spot. I was just walking down this field edge, and I saw some bones. I started looking around. Look at this buck that got killed in velvet. This thing would have been an absolute giant, I bet. Look at the mast starting on this main beam. And it looks like he was growing like a drop tine or something on this side. I'm just out here doing a little walking in the dark again. I'm staying in my truck these next few days, doing some shed hunting, and then we're heading to southern Iowa this weekend. It's like 8 o'clock, and I can't go to sleep at 8 o'clock. So I'm like, I'm just going to walk the side of this massive ridge, super steep. I got an antler spotted right here. sometimes I almost feel like it might be easier walking when you have like tunnel vision like this, because you're only looking at what your light is hitting. And if like this ridge is massive, it's like 450 feet from the bottom to the top here, and if you're on the right elevation line, all the antlers are going to be like, you know, plus or minus 20 or 40 feet away from this elevation here. Like you can see, this is all torn up, all dug up. All these oaks are dug up here, and right away, like I've walked for maybe 5 minutes, and there's an antler. Oh, it almost looks like an old one, all chewed up. I don't know if that's old or not. All chewed to hell though. Oh, walking this little river bottom. I didn't even know a lot of this is public over here, this little sliver. Really sunny and awesome bedding over here though. And I just look over and I see a deadhead here. I don't see any bones or anything. Oh, a velvet buck. Awesome. Pretty nice little buck. This coyote won't stop barking at me. Just pulled in to pull my 2 cameras out that have been here for a long time. Right in front of my truck. There's a freaking shed antler. You have to be kidding me. I swear this always happens when I go putz around in the dark. He is not happy with me. That is awesome. I'm pretty sure this is an antler right here. It is an antler. Oh my god. Oh my god, this thing was a giant. Holy cow. Oh my god. I was just thinking, oh, this sucks. Everywhere I go, I see this guy's boot tracks. And I look in here, I see a deadhead. Looks really old. Really old. Actually, it looks like it dyed in velvet because its antlers are real soft. That's spongy soft. Huh. Cool, though. Would have been a nice buck. Well, it's starting to get dark here. I'm on this little kind of grassy bench. It's got a whole bunch of briars and stuff in it. And then it's this strip of standing corn down at the bottom. I saw some guys walk that, so I figured it wasn't even really worth getting too crazy with it. But I see a antler here. It almost looks like it's old because it's just so buried. Yeah, it's got to be old. It's green and all mossy. Pretty decent one though. Yeah, actually really decent. Nice. Yeah, that's a nice one. I put a lot of miles on today, so glad I finally picked one up before it got dark. Starting to lose my mind. Just quick walking this field edge before it gets dark, and I see another little guy here. Sweet. Ooh, that is fresh. Man, that looked like it just dropped 5 minutes ago. Awesome. I think I got a pretty decent one spotted right there. Just got out here probably 15-20 minutes ago. Looks decent. Oh yeah, that's nice. Nice young buck. Sweet. Just found another one. I don't know if this is new or from last year. I'm pretty sure this is usually really wet back in here. Yeah, this year's looked like it was a lot bigger when I first spotted it, but sweet. There's a lot of deer in here. I jumped a really big bodied deer. Looked like a big shed buck, so keep walking until dark. I'm just cutting through this thick, gnarly stuff here, just try to get to this other little bedding area. And I see a big old antler laying here. This is the 6th antler I found. Holy cow. This thing is huge. Old as the hills. Oh my God. That is a freaking giant. God knows how long this thing's been laying here. This is what's so cool about the marsh. You can find these old, I mean, this thing is real chewed up, but holy cow. What a giant. I've been getting into some really big buck sign back in here. This is historically a really good area, but man, that's a tank right there. Look at this trail going through this nasty stuff in here. Unbelievable. I already just got one spotted. I'm walking through this just nasty stuff that probably no one walks through, just trying to cut through it. I look to my left and I can see an antler right there. It actually looks like it's from last year. It's real white. Oh, yeah, it's definitely not this year's. It's all chewed up. Kind of a weird spot that I've walked around a million times. Actually, that looks older than last year. Real old. I see an antler in the wide open here. I must have walked right past this. I was really, really close to it. This almost looks old. This had to have got moved by a coyote. That's definitely old. White. There's no way someone would have missed this. Light as can be.